I found a verse about a week ago that slapped me in the face. It is not fun to read something and I'm guilty. I know. And I didn't even know this was in there. As much as I've read and studied, I had no clue this was there. So I've been putting off this video for a while, and now I think we're ready for it. This is Zach with The Average Christian, a project simply about what it means to have a relationship with God and how do I live that out in practical, everyday terms, and let's help keep each other accountable. So the video I've been putting off is on procrastination, and that was the corniest preacher joke you've heard today, because all the rest of them are pretty corny anyway. Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 23. It's stuck in my mind now. I can't quote it yet, but Proverbs 14:23 will forever be there because it's that Hebrews chapter 4. The word of God is active and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. It's what digs in and opens us up. It's why so many people avoid the Bible or twist it around because we don't want to be guilty. And if you're honest, you just look at this and go, man, that's me. Proverbs 14:23 says, in all toil there is profit, in all work there is profit, but mere talk tends only to poverty. Now, in all seriousness, I have driven my wife and my children crazy by talking. And there are actually studies out there that talk about or that show that if you have a plan in place and you talk about it and reveal that to other people instead of just acting on it, there is a sense of accomplishment and relief in just talking about it. I have felt that before, and I've been so passionate and gung-ho, and this is what I'm going to do. Let me tell you all about it. And then nothing happens, and I've let down family, I've let down brethren, and it just hits me dead in the face. I want to change. I don't want to be like this, but it's a part of procrastination. So let's look at 5 aspects of procrastination, putting things off, because probably all of us deal with it, some of us more so than others. And then let's look at solutions. All right, so 5 aspects of procrastination. We'll get it from the Bible. Number 1, keeping busy with useless activities. How many of us, all of us probably to some degree, are keeping busy with useless activities, even if they accomplish something else? They have nothing to do with what I'm really about or where I'm really going. So it could be entertainment where I'm simply just, gelling out and not thinking about anything. It could be that I'm just keeping up with busy work so I don't have to do the thing that I really need to do. In Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 11, whoever works his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits lacks sense. Oh, I've lacked sense at times. So keeping busy with useless activities is number 1. Maybe Clayton will throw these up on the screen. Number 2 is this: keeping yourself entertained. Or I can't even find my word right now, but distracted, keeping yourself distracted or entertained. Proverbs 21 and verse 17, whoever loves pleasure will be a poor man. He who loves wine and oil will not be rich. We're not just talking about money here. I'm talking about accomplishment, rich in the sense of the richness of accomplishment in life and having in that regard. So if I'm loving pleasure so much, which is so easy to do, especially in a country like ours or in a society like our American culture, where there's so much to be distracted by and entertained with, we understand this one. So that's number 2. Number 3, keep telling yourself tomorrow. In Proverbs 3 and verse 28, keep telling yourself tomorrow, he says, do not say to your neighbor, go and come again tomorrow, I will give it, when you have it with you. I know there's a bigger point there, but it's that same concept of tomorrow. How many of you are looking forward to Monday? Because Monday is when I'm going to start whatever it is I'm going to start, my life-changing transformation. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z instead of right now. At the beginning of the year in January, fine to have all of those, but what we find ourselves doing is just putting off into the next interval, whether it's the beginning of the week, the beginning of the day, beginning of the year, whatever the case is. I'm going to start here and do it by then. And so we just keep putting off. That's number 3. Number 4, we just keep talking about it. That's what I'm started with in Proverbs 14:23. It's just talk and chatter. We're going to plan. We're going to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I can't tell you how much I'm disgusted by myself to hear myself say, I am going to, because I know how much I let down in that regard. So that's number 4. You just keep talking about it. Another aspect or problem in procrastination, the 5th one, keep watching opportunities pass by. Proverbs 20 and verse 4. So keep watching these opportunities pass by. The sluggard does not plow in the autumn when it's opportune, when it's the only time to do it. The sluggard does not plow in the autumn. He will seek at harvest and have nothing. There are moments, opportunities, windows with which to accomplish and do what I need to do, these moments in time where I can take advantage of the opportunities and they pass by. And a lot of us are guilty of that same mentality, that wrong mentality of I've always got more time. So that's the fifth one. We keep watching our opportunities pass by. So let's talk about solutions real quick here. The solutions are just do it, right? It's, ain't nothing to it but to do it, as they say. That's terrible grammar. Sorry for all you English teachers. But that's it. There's nothing to it but to do it. In Haggai chapter 1, I always go back to that one because the plea was in verse 7, consider your ways. Actually, in verse 5 and verse 7, he said it twice. Consider your ways. Think about your life. What are you doing? And then the plea is, the command is in verse 8, go up to the mountain, bring wood, build the temple. Just start. Stop talking about it. Stop putting it off. Stop saying tomorrow. Stop putting in all these useless practices that get nothing done. All right. The next one would be Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 10. Again, a bigger context here, but it's still a true statement. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Why? For there is no work or thought or knowledge or wisdom in Sheol or in the grave to which you are going. You just got now. Be present and do it. Whatever you find to do it with everything you have. I need work in this area too. I can be too scattered at times. How about James 4:17? Whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. There are things I need to be about, things I need to be accomplishing. If I'm avoiding those, if I'm passing the time, if I'm entertaining myself, if I'm worried about my pleasure, if I'm just staying busy with other things, I'm avoiding it, and it's wrong. Ephesians 5, we could go 15 through 20 here. I'll read some of this. Look carefully then. Ephesians 5, 15 through 20. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time because the days are evil. Don't be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is, and do not get drunk with wine, for that is debauchery, but be filled with the Spirit. And he goes on there, and he's not just saying, it's not just a text of God saying, don't drink, don't be drunk. The point is, you need to be aware, alert, and involved and focused. And that's one way you can lose your focus is by indulging in something like that. So he's talking about focus. The last one in Psalm 90 in verse 12, teach us to number our days that we may get a heart of wisdom. Appreciate time. Appreciate the days. Realize I'm 44 years old. The average lifespan, 75, I think, somewhere around that for men. I'm more than half of my life done if I live that out. But I might die on the way home before you ever even see this video. What am I doing with right now? Teach me to number my days. Teach me to value my time. So through prayer and through focus and through study, it will help me to be about what I need to be about and stop putting it off. Thank you for being with us today. If you are on YouTube, we appreciate you watching this video. Please subscribe. If you haven't already, like the video, share it with other people. Comment if you have things that you want to say about it. And also, if you want to see what was released last time, it's over here. What YouTube recommends is over here. Our podcast listeners, we appreciate you as well. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and review. And again, share this with other people. If you want to support the work we're doing, you can go to theaveragechristian.net/Patreon and become a partner with us.